Yeah, and we're also talking about the fact that there are no limits for child amputees out there because of some of the prosthetics that can be made here at Barber. First of all, David, how long have you been in this business?
I've been in this business over 30 years.
Oh, wow. And it was actually something that you kind of grew into as well.
I did. My father did this, and then I just kind of followed in his footsteps.
That's awesome. So we're talking again about some of the different prosthetics that can be made, but let's maybe go back and start from the beginning. What does it start?
So we start every prosthesis with a cast. We take some plaster, dip it in some water, wrap whatever limb segment it is that we are trying to capture. We take that off of the body. We end up with a negative mold. We fill the negative mold with plaster Paris, and it becomes a positive mold that we then begin to separate into pressure sensitive or pressure tolerant. We'll modify that up, and then we build all the prostheses from the inside going out. And
then fast forward to really the evolution of pretty super duper prosthetics here.
Absolutely, way fast forward from that to this. You can tell that we've got a lot of carbon graphite that we've used in both the socket, the feet, and the entire limb. We also use this kind of material because not only is it light and strong, but it gives us the ability to use this on many different sizes.
This is graphite
This
here?
is a carbon graphite material.
See, I would have thought it would have been a lot stiffer, but I guess...
Well, without the resin impregnating the graphite, it's very malleable so that we can make it go on any kind of shape. Once we've got that on the shape, we pour the resin in there. Once the resin impregnates the graphite, it becomes extremely hard.
And the varieties of prosthetics that they make here at Barber is, well, like I said, it's limitless for the child amputees who want to be able to swim, run, do all sorts of things. Jody and Riaz, we are going to meet a couple of the child amputees that have benefited from the CHAMPS program as they celebrate 40 years. We'll see you again just about 20 after 7.
Some important work being done right there.
Yeah, and I love the song, This Is How We Do, because there's nothing that really anyone, a child amputee, can't do without the support of War Amps and, of course, the CHAMPS program. And we have a real champ here in Amy. I love the Twitter video that we posted. You totally beat me out on those push-ups. Tell me a little bit about yourself. I know you're a big swimmer.
Yeah. I swim with the Surrey Knights 6 days a week.
Wow, and your big goal is what?
2020 Paralympics in Tokyo.
Well, I have a feeling you got that totally nailed. Let's talk a little bit. I mean, you have several different arms, obviously, because you're into sports or whatever, but this specifically is a myoelectric arm. Can you show us a little bit about how it works?
Yeah, so when I want to get it on, I have to pull myself through, right through this, and then I turn it on with this button here. And so on the inside, there's an electrode right here and right here. So when I use my muscle here and I tense it, the myoelectric closes. And when I use this one, it opens. So just open and close.
So with that arm, you're able to, what, grab pretty much anything?
Yeah.
Wow. And just to give people an idea, because I mean, Deborah, me too, I thought maybe you had to press something, but when you talk about the muscle, really it's the same as, I guess, a flex, right?
Yeah, flexing that muscle and just, using the 2 different muscles.
That is incredible. And David, I mean, just maybe let's talk a little bit about the impact too, because when you have children, teenagers, I mean, she's 13 years old, that come in and they need a prosthetic like that, the impact it makes that's even greater than the physical is what?
So I think that what CHAMPS really helps is to remove obstacles and show these kids that they can do anything they want and that anything's possible. And you know, our job is to try to meet those needs, which is sometimes challenging when they keep raising the bar on us. But you know, champs like Amy here really challenge us to do the best job that we can so that she can do whatever it is that she's looking to do.
And that's really what it's about. Absolutely no limits. And you know those key cards that you get in the mail, Michelle, that's really what supports the programs like this, because these types of prosthetics are not covered by the government. So really they need your support. Celebrating 40 years, and I got to point this out, just so that the kids have a bit of an atmosphere here. They too have a disco ball. Michelle, hey, you got one, I know.
I do, I have one over my desk.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys. We're here at Barber Prosthetics Clinic, and they actually provide many of the pediatric prosthetics in support of War Amps and the CHAMPS program, which is celebrating 40 years. CHAMPS, like Mateo. Mateo, how old are you?
8.
8 years old, and I've been having trouble keeping up with you. You're just running around all over the place. Tell us a little bit about what you got there, what kind of legs or blades you have there.
These are my running legs. They help me run, and they can also help me like jump really high because like they're a lot lighter than the other ones and they're a lot bouncier.
Can you show us how high you can bounce there? Wow, that's awesome. Hey, you also do lots of different sports, right? So tell us what other kinds of sports you do.
I do sledge hockey, which is my sledge.
Yeah, what's your favorite thing about sledge hockey?
Probably like when we get to the scrimmage.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have lots of upper body strength for that, for sure. And swimming, too. You do lots of swimming. There's nothing he can't do, Catherine. We know that the War Amps also provides funding for the Matching Mothers program, which also, in addition to helping the kids and with prosthetics, it lets parents sort of have people that have gone through it before. Tell us a little bit about Mateo. When did you kind of know that you had to just provide him with everything he needed? He wanted to do everything.
Really when he was young, 1 or 2, and when most parents put their children into all sports and start, swimming and those kind of things. And the War Amps program helped just enlighten us on basically, encourage Mateo to do whatever he wants to do, whatever he can do, just like any other child. And so they have provided us with all sorts of limbs for him, his running legs, swimming legs, his regular legs, and encouraged us to try everything. So he's in all sorts of sports like martial arts and swimming, and he's tried both types of skiing, Nordic and downhill, sledge hockey. I mean, the list just goes on and on.
And not possible necessarily without the War Amps. Again, 40 years of CHAMPS, those key tags that you get or the address labels, that all supports people like Mateo and of course mothers and parents like Catherine. Okay, Mateo, I know that you're just dying to get out of here, so you go ahead. We're gonna take a little break here on Breakfast Television. We got lots more coming up on BT. Be right back.
Fascinating live eye this morning. So inspired. I'm going to get my key tag, I promise.
Listen, there's absolutely no reason that any of us should be saying, oh, I can't do this because, for whatever reason, because we've been meeting a couple of champs all morning who have not let anything stop them, all because of CHAMPS, which is part of the War Amps. So, Mateo, tell us, this is your sled for sledge hockey, right? Mm-hmm. So, what's your favorite thing about sledge hockey?
Probably going really fast and racing other people.
And you have a whole team, but you've definitely got to have that upper body strength as well for sledge hockey, right? Mm-hmm. And we know you swim. I heard you started skateboarding.
Yes.
So is that hard to do?
Easy.
It's so easy, and because obviously you've got 2 different, like you got your prosthetic legs here. So was it hard for you to even learn to walk on those? Because I can only imagine that it would be a little bit difficult to balance.
I don't remember.
Because it's been as long as you can remember, right? So inspiring. Okay, I'm going to stand up here now with my whole legs here. And Amy, obviously we know you swim. You got really great aspirations, right? What do you want to do?
2020 Paralympics.
And let's talk a little bit about your arm here. This is a different kind of arm than you were showing us earlier.
Yeah, I use this for dryland activities like burpees, push-ups, stuff that require 2 hands for just working out. Can
we see how your push-ups work?
Yeah.
Yeah? Let's see a little bit about how that works. And it's important to note, David, too, that without the War Amps and the CHAMPS program, getting these kinds of different prosthetics would be very difficult for a lot of families, right?
Absolutely, because the cost would have to be borne by the family themselves, and not all the families can afford to do that. Programs like CHAMPS are not universal in our industry. It's very unique to Canada.
That is amazing. So the amount of weight bearing that these prosthetics have is super important to be able to do things like this, right?
Absolutely. Within
Look
the
at
design,
you go, Amy.
we certainly have to distribute the pressures such that she's able to do this.
I feel bad. Go ahead and get up. I'm I can't even do that. Well, and you can't do this kind of work without great people behind you working here as a team, right?
Absolutely. Without all the team here, we would not be able to do the things that we do to help these champs.
And there's nothing you can't do, hey, Amy? Nope. You just want to do something, you say, I want to do it, and here's the tools I need to be able to do that. And same with you, Mateo. Skateboarding, everything, there's nothing you can't do, right? Thumbs up. Awesome. More details, of course, on the War Amps program. 40 years of CHAMPS. Get your key tags or your address labels. For more information on how you can also qualify for the support, you can check out their website. We're going to take a little break here on BT. What kind of weather will we hold? Russell Kate has those details. Up next, stay with us. You're watching BT.